Alright, golf shop staff. We want to give you a quick little tutorial of um, the screen that you're going to see in the golf shop office as far as the GPS here, and show you a few little tricks that we've got with it. First off, right here, we are under real-time position and pace, and this is basically what you guys are used to seeing, a map of the course. Tomorrow you'll have all of the carts out there. They'll be either white, yellow, or red depending on their pace. But you'll be able to kind of monitor the course as normal from this screen. Down here in the bottom right, if you have a specific car that you want to look for, you pull up the menu and you can kind of drag down and select whichever cart you want to look up, and it'll point you right to it. So that's the basic setup of the screen there. Next up at the top left, we're going to hit car status and control. This is going to bring up another screen that'll show you the cars that are out, either off chargers on the course, in staging, and then it's got a list of all the golf carts on charge. You'll notice that some of them here have little asterisks up in the top left corner, and what that means is that cart needs an update on the files. And so anytime we make a change to any of the action zones or messages, anything like that, the golf cart will need to sit in staging for 5 or 6 minutes until it updates. So the staging area is kind of where all of the updates will happen for the files on the carts. So you'll see that there's several of them in the fleet that need a quick update, but once we pull those out tomorrow and put them on the staging, that download will happen. Next thing that we want to go through is pin placements. So you'll see pin placements here, which we've already pulled up. A couple of really important things to note here. We've already went through and we have set our pin locations, our 9 pin locations on each green, to match what we have been using in the past. We've got a new copy of this over to Mark Harper and his guys, so they're going to be using the same thing. And you'll see over here on the right, it's got a list of the daily pin rotations numbered 1 through 9. The difference between the old system and this system is you will not each morning have to reset the pins. Right now I've got it set to day 9. Tomorrow the golf course is going to be set for rotation number 1, which is where the pins are going to be tomorrow. So at midnight tonight it's going to update from 9 to 1, and we will not have to set the pins manually each morning. The one exception is the magical moment. So we've also set this up where you guys can go in and change the pin on the magical moment. And basically what we want you to take note of here, and I'm going to point right into hole number 9, on the right hand column over here there's a little white circle with an asterisk in the middle. Any time that you need to set a pin for the day, use this. This is called the 1-day override pin. Do not under any circumstance drag and drop any of these numbers that are already placed on the green. So for tomorrow morning, let's say our guest picks a back left pin, kind of in between 5 and 7 there. So you'll basically drag and drop this pin right there wherever they dropped it. For that entire day, this is where the pin will be on the GPS system. At midnight tomorrow night, it will basically reset. This pin will end up back over here. Whoops. Anyway, at midnight it will reset, and you'll do the same thing again the following day. So I'm going to drag this and set it right back there. So that's a pretty quick overview of the pin placements. Like I said, the biggest thing to remember is do not, under any circumstance, move these pins. And I'll kind of touch base with each of you as we go on what we'll do for tournaments and whatnot, and pin locations, which should make it a little easier. Last thing is sending messages on the golf carts. We have this screen set up on all of the computers in the office. However, the person in the golf shop will be responsible for receiving the messages and responding to them. So, for instance, if a guest sends a message that says "Send player assistant," it's going to pop up right here on the screen, and you can reply to the message and say player assistance is on the way or whatever. We've also, under send message up here, have a list of preset messages, so you can either select to send it to all of the golf carts, or you can just select 1 or 2 or 3 golf carts that you want to send the message to. So we'll do 5 and 6 right here, and we've got several presets that we put in. Please pick up your pace, inclement weather is approaching, please monitor your pace of play, player assistance is on the way, the golf course is now cart path only, restrictions have been lifted, those type of things. So when you go to send a message, let's say that we want to send this to all cars, cart path only has been lifted. Priority means that it will pop up over any other screen that they're looking at. Alert means there will be an audible alert to go along with it. For certain messages, you can also click response, to where the guest either has to respond with a yes or a no or an okay, just basically confirming that they got that message. So anytime we send somebody a message about pace, course being play being suspended, we can make it so that they send a response to us, and they cannot say that they did not get the message, basically. So pretty cool feature with the messages and everything else. Again, we'll go through and we can add more presets as we go, but we've got pretty much everything set to get us started for these first couple of days. One other thing, just so you guys can see, and we don't necessarily want anybody in here messing around, action zones and car history. We've got the entire course set up with action zones around, and for instance, we'll show you here. I know we've all been waiting on this one, the parking lot. So once they get about 15 feet down the path here headed to the parking lot, their car is going to shut down and they have to go in reverse, which is kind of an exciting one. And we've already went through and got our cart path only zones set, and we've tested them. They're not perfect yet, but the biggest thing is please do not, under any circumstance, adjust these action zones or add any new ones without letting David, James, or myself know. We spent 2 days putting these in and testing them out on the golf course with the carts. So we've got them as close as we can right now in a short period of time. But again, we can always go through later in time and adjust it. So pretty quick overview of the system. It's pretty easy to use. Feel free to take a few minutes when you get in and get acquainted with it so that you can use it. James and myself have been we've been given the full rundown by the guys that installed this, so they've kind of appointed us as the GPS gurus for this system. Not a lot to it, and again, we're more than happy to pass along everything that they've showed us and make everybody as efficient with this as possible. But if you have any questions, I will be in on Sunday, and then you can ask James or I throughout the week. Thank you.